Come on, tell them I believe the word. Come on, tell them again, I believe the word. Tell them I need the word. I want you to make this declaration with me. Say, Father, I'm asking that you transform this written word into a living word. Come on, I don't see some folks ain't got a Bible. If you need a Bible, you need to raise your hand so the ushers can bring you one. Repeat after me. Father, I'm asking that you transform this written word into a living word in my life. One more time, Father, I'm asking that you transform this written word into a living word in my life. And all the believers in the house shout hallelujah. Amen. Repeat after me. Faith by hearing. Hearing by the word of God. Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor. Faith by hearing. Hearing by the word of God. So I want you to listen to this. I want you to listen to this. The reason we hear, so we can have faith. That's the only reason for us to hear God. Because it's going to establish faith. Amen. You don't have faith until you can hear Him. Amen. Let's get this straight. You don't have faith in a preacher. You have faith in the preached word. Somebody better get that. Amen. You in trouble if you got faith in the preacher. Faith in the preacher? No, faith in the preached word. I don't even have faith in the auto mechanic, but I have confidence in the tools that he's using. Come on, somebody. He can't do nothing without anything. Any mechanic that wants to fix my car ain't got no tools. I can't. No, come on. I have faith in the tools. What's doing the work? Everybody say faith by hearing. Hearing by the word of God. So we've talked a long time about hearing. Intentionally. To absorb your attention to the significance and the importance about hearing. But now we're going to spend some time dealing with faith. Amen. Touch your neighbor and say faith. Faith. So now I'm going to let you sit down in just a moment. There are a lot of things that we say concerning faith. A lot of scriptures that we quote concerning faith. We talk about the just living by faith. We talk about walking by faith and not by sight. Now, those are only words if you don't know what faith is. That's right. So let me help you right off the bat. Faith is not a declaration. Faith is not something you say. No. I think we introduced this 2 weeks ago to help you understand that faith is active. Somebody say active. Faith is an active demonstration of what you claim you believe. That's right. It's not what you say, it's what you do. Matter of fact, I should see your faith before I hear your declaration. I'm hoping this is helping somebody right now. I should see your faith before you ever open your mouth. Your faith should be lived out, not just spoken. Turn to your neighbor and say, not just spoken. This is not a rah-rah show, amen. This is not to get you hyped. You hear what I'm saying? See, that's the way the world works. The world gets you all hyped up, gets you all excited, gets you all in that upper emotional atmosphere, if you will. But then they don't give you anything to really live with, to walk with. Faith is how we live. It's what we do. So everybody say, now faith. Now faith. Everybody say, now faith, is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. You may be seated. Amen. So I'm going to spend some time first just rehearsing this one thought. God engages in conversation with us to talk to us, to establish our faith in Him. And I want you to embrace the very first premise where this began. Everybody say, in the beginning. So we're talking about before 2017. We're talking about before you came into your present challenge or crisis in your life. The very first place God ever met with man was in conversation, speaking to man, Adam, And the Bible teaches us in the book of Genesis that the voice of God walked in the garden. Everybody say his voice. Notice it doesn't say his image, doesn't say his form, it says his voice. So when you can't see God, you should be able to hear him. Oh, wait. Man, I think somebody should write that down right off the bat. When we cannot see God, and would you turn to your neighbor and say, and that's most of the time? See, now you're catching up. Yo, wait, let me see. When was the last time that I really saw him? Everybody say that's most of the time. Yes, I know that there are those occasional opportunities where we have an encounter, where there is some kind of formal contact between God and man. Those are marked events. They're not daily. Everybody say they're not daily. So our common connection to God is not seeing him, it's hearing him. Let me say that one more time. Our common connection to God is not seeing him, it's hearing him. So man's relationship began with a conversation. Everybody say a conversation. You think about this. Think about how practical what I'm saying to you really is. Everybody that's in your Facebook family. Come on, somebody. Amen. Everybody that's in your, I don't know, do they still have favorite fives, fab fives, and all that carrying on? In your special circle of influence. Those people who are really connected to you. Now, I know you might have 17,000 friends on Facebook, but you know good and well, amen. If you was to have your birthday party tomorrow, you might be good with 17 folks showing up. Ain't 17,000 people not coming to your birthday party, amen. But think about those connections, those people that you really have a relationship with. Where did that relationship begin? With a conversation. As a matter of fact, consider this. A lot of relationships never get started because of what happened in the first conversation. Oh, you took me off the first time I talked to you. I knew we was never going to talk again. Come on. Am I talking right, Sophia? Oh, first words came out your mouth. Okay. See you later. No, I don't need your number. No, don't. I'll get back with you later. First words. Everybody say first words. Write this down. First words are important. First words that you ever hear from God are important. Amen. It's the beginning of your relationship with him. So that's the beginning of every believer's relationship. It starts with a conversation. Adam is our example. The voice of God came walking in the garden. Here's the reason we're rehearsing this. The intention of God having conversation with man is to establish faith. Everybody say faith. Everybody say faith. By hearing. Hearing by the word of God. There's one reason God is talking to us. To build up our faith. First conversation. Everybody say first conversation. Trust me. God's first conversation with you was not to come and condemn you. That might have been religion's first conversation with you. Can we talk? Can we talk? See, religion has this bad habit of pointing out all my mess-ups and all my mistakes. Before I even get in the door, could you put on a different set of clothes? We don't wear that here. You need to comb your hair. You need to fix your shoes. Come on. I know you could find something else better. But I'm just getting here. Do you think I could get in the door first before you start pointing out all of my problems and my flaws? That's not God talking. That's religion. And trust me, the church is full of religion. If that didn't come from God, I need to put this disclaimer to help bail the church out. Because, God has got a bad rap because of religious folks in the church. So your first conversation with somebody in religion might have been condemning, but that's not from God.
That's right.
So when somebody in church says something crazy to you like that, you can immediately say that ain't from God. I don't care if they got on a black suit, a white shirt, and a red tie. Come on, somebody sitting on the front row. Y'all feel it? I'm calling them out right now. Calling them out. Right. See, we cannot allow religious behavior to override the voice of God.
Amen.
So I want to settle that issue. God's first conversation is never condemning, even though he knows all my stuff. Ooh-wee. Can I talk to some real saved folks in the house? You know God knows all your skeletons. You know you got more than one. Stop playing. Amen. You got one in the bedroom. You got, come on somebody, amen. You got one in the living room, amen. If we check carefully, there's probably one in the kitchen too, amen. Watch the skeletons. He knows where all of them are. But that is not the first expression when he speaks to us. Why? Because God's purpose for having a conversation with man is to establish faith. I'm going somewhere. I just need to make sure everybody is inside the conversation. Everybody say first conversation. First conversations are used to establish ongoing relationships.
That's right. That's right.
So the first thing God says to Adam, do you know where you came from? Do you understand what's inside of you? Do you, watch this, are you aware of the nature that has been poured into you? Everybody say first conversation.
First conversation.
First conversation, God wanted to make sure the first man understood where he comes from. Everybody say where I come from. Where you come from is very important. You have to know that you're more than a clay vessel. Come on, somebody say I'm more than that. Come on, I need everybody to dig into this. See, everybody say I'm more than that. This is going to be applicable here in a moment. But if you don't know that there's something more to you than what we can see, everybody say it's not about what you can see. I'm much more than what you're looking at right now. I know I spend a whole lot of time trying to make this look presentable before we get to church on Sunday. Because, you know, I couldn't just walk out the house any old kind of way. What kind of preacher is that? Don't know how to comb his hair. Come on, somebody. Got his shirt tail hanging all out and carrying on. What's wrong with him? Watch this. So we spend a whole lot of time on what you see here. But this is not me. Would you turn to your neighbor and say, this is not me? Come on, you can't judge me by what you can see. There's some stuff you can't see. I'm talking faith language right now. See, I just told you. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of what? I'm going to get there in a minute. We spend a lot of time with what we can see. You know why? Because that's what you can immediately affect. Well, the physical man is what we can immediately affect. Y'all know. In just a few moments, we can be transformed. And I know it took some of us a little bit longer than others before we, got here on Sunday. And we used to just blame the women folks, but we've discovered that there's some men that spend as much time, come on somebody, amen. There's some men that spend as much, I'm blowing it up right here, amen. There's some men that spend as much time in the bathroom, and you ain't even got no hair left. Come on somebody, you still, how is it possible that it could take me a whole hour to still get ready and I ain't got one piece of hair to comb? Come on somebody, But see, we in a few moments, we can attack and transform what you physically see. That's why we're so captivated by the physical man. Because it's what we can alter and change immediately. See, if I don't like, watch this. Now, I'm definitely talking to women folks here. I don't like this outfit, so I'm going to check. I don't know. How is it possible? You know, you already got 900 dresses in the closet. And we need to try on 72 so we can get to one. I don't know. See, now that's where it got, you know, whatever I chose, okay, it might look crazy, but that's what I'm getting ready to wear. You know, and then until I got married, wasn't nobody gonna change my mind. I don't care. That's what I'm gonna wear. I picked this out last Tuesday, so I can already have it set aside. Then you get married and say, no, you can't wear that. You got to say, I don't want to change. But see, some folks will go through 72 outfits, find the right one. Here's why I'm emphasizing this. Because you can immediately affect the physical man. You can change the immediate appearance of what you look like right now. When you woke up this morning, your face was a little more crustier than it is right now. Come on, somebody, amen. But we worked on that. We can clean that up in just a moment. Now you're looking all cute and everything and all polished, you know, with your lotion and everything. Y'all know good and well you didn't wake up with that smooth looking skin. Watch this. So we can change that immediately. But with the things that are not seen, you can't change that right away. In the relationship that we have with God in faith, you can't change that right away. Somebody said it's going to take some time. So God said, you're going to have to walk with me for a little while so we can work on some things. You know, I have a witness in the house. You're going to have to let me get in your eardrum for a few years. Did I say that right? For a few years. I'm not talking about changing everything that's going on in your world in one Sunday service. I'm looking for some folks who are willing to let me walk with you and talk to you every day. Do I have some believers in the building who know that God wants to talk to us? Somebody say, every day. Now I've gotten that place where I need him. Do I have some needy folks in the building? I need him not on Sundays, but y'all hear me say it. I need him every day, every moment inside of it. This is an ongoing thing. Because it's going to take time to change what's going on the inside. It's going to take time for Adam to understand who he really is. Am I talking to some folks in the building? It's going to take time for you to recognize that you're more than a clay vessel.
All right, all right.
You're here for more than that. Don't get caught up on the physical anatomy. I said, I'm working on who you are on the inside.
Amen.
Come on, let's tell the truth in the house. Every person in the building, God's working. Somebody say, God's working on me. Now, see, I got on nice, cute clothes right now, but you don't know he's still working on me. Put on some fresh makeup this morning, but you don't really know. If you really knew what I'm going through, y'all don't understand. He's working on me. On what you can't see. That's how faith operates. Working on things you can't see. Faith is the substance. Things hoped for. And right now is the only evidence of the stuff you can't see. My evidence of what God is doing, somebody say, my evidence is my faith. So that's why our conversation with God begins with faith talk. Now, I want you to go to the book of Matthew chapter 6. Everybody say that's just an introduction. Matthew chapter 6. When you get there, say amen. Find, let's see, what verse do we want? Find verse 30.
Amen. Amen.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 30. I want you to keep your attention there. I'm going to start reading at verse 24. Just listen. Everybody say listen. Listen. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate one and love the other, Or else he will, everybody say, hold on.
Hold on.
He will hold on to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. The word mammon here means material riches or physical things. Everybody say mammon, physical things. So listen to this. You will either hate one, love the other. One thing is absolute. You will hold on to how many? Everybody say you can only hold on to one master. So just think about that. Think about that. You can only hold on to one. Verse 25 says, therefore, now, therefore is connecting what I just read to the following statement. Everybody say this is connected. Listen, therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what you shall eat, what you shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Therefore, everybody say therefore. Based on the preceding statement that says no man can serve two masters, you have two choices. Everybody say two choices. Everybody say two choices. Either going to hold on to God, or you're going to hold on to mammon. You're going to hold on to what God says, or you're going to hold on to what the world around you says. Watch this. Let me put it this way. Either you're going to hold on to the world, and when you do, you let go of God. Whatever you hold on to makes the other decision for you. If you hold on to God, then that means you don't only hold on to Him because I let go of something else. If you let go of God, come on somebody, if you hold on to the world, everybody say hold on to the world. If you hold on to mammon, if you hold on to this physical life, if you hold on to chasing after what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to drink, what I'm going to wear, then you already let go of God. Now I want to show you something. Listen. Verse 26. I want to rehearse the latter part of verse 25. It says, is not life, repeat after me, is not life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Verse 26, behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, neither gather into barns. Yet your heavenly Father does what? Pay attention. Are you not much better? Everybody say much better. Much better than they. Which of you taking thought can add 1 cubit to his stature? Or verse 28 says, and why take you thought for raiment? Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not, neither do they spin. Now, I want to drop down to verse 30. Watch this. Wherefore, if God so clothe the grass of the field, which today is and tomorrow is cast into the oven, shall he not, everybody say much more, everybody say much more, clothe you, O ye of what?
Little faith.
Of what?
Little faith.
I am constantly seeing more revelation in the Word of God. So, in previous times, my focus in this verse and teaching on it was to identify that there is at least more than one classification of faith. You can have little faith, or you can have great faith. So you can have lesser, or you can have greater or more. All right? But I'm seeing something in addition. Everybody say something else. I'm seeing that there is the tendency to operate in a little when more has been given. Ooh. Because I'm like, so God, did you give some people little faith? And then you gave other folks more faith. And then so the folks that got little got to see if we can increase and get more. Turn to your neighbor and say, no. But it is possible to have been given more faith and only operate in a little faith. Ooh-wee. I think we just discovered something right here. So I've been having all these conversations with God so I can have faith. Everybody say, the only reason God talks to us. Come on, everybody say, the only reason God talks to us is to establish our faith. Everybody say, faith by hearing, hearing by the word of God. I've been in church for 27 years.
Come on, brother.
Hearing God's word. God building up faith in you, in me. And the most I can come out of church with is confessing what I'm going to eat, drink, and wear. Don't play with me. I know we got folks watching us on social media. And see, right now, one of the crises we have in the church is that we have promoted faith to being our tool for getting more of what I need to eat, more of what I need to drink, more of what I need to wear. Needing faith so I can get a new car. Come on, somebody. Needing faith so I can get a new job. Needing faith so I can get a bigger house. And you know what I'm seeing? That's operating in less, in a little bit, in a smaller portion of faith than what God has been speaking to us all this time. If all that I can leave church with is the ability to declare that I'm going to get a new car, then what's the difference between you, watch this, and the folks that live in the world? You keep paying attention to this text. It tells us, why are you worried about these things? What you're going to eat, drink, and wear. Even the folks in the world, they know that that stuff is going to be taken care of. Yet you can only minimize your faith to make declaration on things that come to take care of the physical man. Why? Because that's my immediate focus. What I can change right now. I can change the status of my finances right now if I use my faith to get more money. I can change the status of my automobile that I'm driving if I can use my faith right now. And some of us have the nerve to think that by getting a new car, it puts more value in who you are. Hello, somebody. Because you got a bigger house, that makes you more important than somebody with a little house. Help me, Holy Ghost. Amen. Some of us think that our material assets actually make us more valuable to the human population. That's not true. That just means you're a bigger consumer. Hello, somebody. That means you just taking up more space than anybody else on the block. That don't make you more important. That doesn't give you greater value. Because none of those things change the character of who you are. If you was a mean, nasty so-and-so, when you was driving that Pinto, come on somebody. I don't even think they make Pintos anymore. If you was a mean, nasty so-and-so, when you was driving that little bitty Ford, come on somebody. Just because you in a Lexus, it don't change your attitude. Matter of fact, I've seen it make some folks go from bad to worse. Now you got a worse attitude because now you think you all in back because you're not driving a Pinto anymore. You still got a nasty, mean attitude. That car ain't changed who you are. Because you're only addressing the physical man, the outer man, the clay man. And the book said, God gave you more faith than that. After all these conversations, that's the best you can come up with is claiming a new car. That's the most that you can do is to build your pulpit based on the demand of a growth of material wealth. We are building ministries around that faith concept that if you are a man or a woman of faith, if we can see the evidence by your material possessions. That's not what the book says. Matter of fact, you know what the book says? The book says, well, sorry to disappoint you. but I feed the sparrows every day. Come on, somebody. And the birds of the air, they don't operate in faith. Come on, somebody. You ain't never seen a sparrow. Come on, so step out on the tree branch and start, talking in bird talk. I declare, I'm going to find me a worm today. I declare in the name of Jesus. Ain't never happened. Sparrow just wakes up being a sparrow. Come on, somebody. A sparrow wakes up knowing, well, I ate yesterday. I didn't know where that worm was coming from. But I got enough sense that since I'm awake, come on, somebody. Whoever woke me up, there must be a worm in the day for me. Come on, y'all not hearing me yet. Why would I even be here if there wasn't a worm somewhere for me? I wish I had a witness in the building. The book says that the lilies of the field, they toil not, neither do they spin, but God makes sure every day they are adorned.
Yes.
They don't have access to ongoing conversation with God. They don't use faith to improve their physical status. God said, I'll take care of that because I'm God. Oh, wait, I just said something, went over your head. When you eat every day, God said that was built in. Y'all miss me. Daily bread. That was built in. Come on, somebody. You see, you think I'm only feeding you because you operating in faith. But your crazy neighbor across the street, he don't even believe in me. But he got rainbow bread in his house just like you. Come on, work, don't play with me. You think the evidence that I'm working in your life is because you got food on the table? Well, baby, there's a whole bunch of folks that got food on. That came with the day. I woke you up. So that means somewhere in this day, there's a worm for you. Come on, will you turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, somewhere in the day, there's a piece of bread for me. I'm going to hit you with this and I'm going to run. Watch this. So what should we be using our faith for? I mean, if I'm not supposed to use my faith to declare what I'm going to eat, drink, or wear, what should I be using my faith for? What's the reason God has been talking to me every day? So when it says the just shall live by faith, how do I apply that? Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, that's a question that needs an answer. Hebrews chapter 11. Hebrews chapter 11. With the long Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1 opens. We've already recited it over and over. But I'm hoping right now it cultivated your appetite to understand something about faith that we have. In the past, we haven't stretched our understanding to receive. So the chapter opens with now faith is the substance. Everybody say now. Now. So we start with the first two words. Everybody say now faith. Now faith. So we said this earlier today, a few weeks ago, and this is just a reminder. Faith is always operating in the active position. It's never past, and it's definitely not operating in future. Future is related to hope. We'll get to that in a moment. Faith is always operating when? Everybody say in the now. So the only way that you can walk in faith, listen to me, is right now. It's not something you can set aside for later. Okay, when I get to that crisis in my life, I'm going to give me some faith. See, that's where we've been messing up. Thinking now, okay, I start off with just a little bit of faith. But when I get to that big mountain over there, God, I'm going to need more faith to climb. No, baby, you got that wrong. Faith is always operating when? In now. It's not on reserve. It's not on hold. It's not on for a special day. Everybody say faith is now. So watch this. So if you're not walking in faith now, then faith is not operating in you. When? Now. Faith does not, listen, faith does not respond to your crisis. Faith is simply present when you're in crisis mode. Let me say that again. Faith is not your general response to your crisis. Faith is operating when your crisis shows up. It's already present. I don't have to run and get it. I don't use faith against or as a tool that I have to pick up against my crisis. You live in faith. So you operate in faith. When? Everybody say now. Now, faith. Faith is always existing in the now. Faith is our active evidence. Everybody say faith is. This should be in your notes. Faith is our active evidence of what we believe. Ooh. You believe it on Sunday, but you can't find it on Tuesday. That means you don't really believe it. Because if you really believed it, no matter what happens between Sunday and Tuesday, I'm still operating, everybody say, in faith. I know, I just got my notification that they're about to turn my lights off. Come on, yeah. Anybody ever been on that page in life before? Just got notification that they're going to cut my salary. Just got notification I'm going to lose my house. Anybody ever been on that page before? Watch this.
Thank you, Lord.
Faith is the active evidence of what I believe. So if I believe God, when did I stop believing Him? Because I don't have enough money to pay the rent? When did I stop believing Him? Because I got terminated from my job? When is the place where I stop believing in God? Somebody say that's never. So then that means I should always be operating in what? Faith. Because faith is the active evidence of what I claim I believe. You claim you believe, but I want to watch what you believe. You can say what you believe, but I want to see what you believe. One more time. Faith is the active evidence of what we believe. So, because it's active, everybody say, because it's active, it's always operating in now. Watch this. Faith, so it says, now faith is the substance. Everybody say substance. Substance of things hoped for. Substance. I shared while we were ministering to folks at the altar that word substance comes from an interesting Greek word, hypostasis. Hypostasis, which means understand or stand under. 2 words. Everybody say 2 words. 2 words. So it comes from 2 words. Hupo, which means over. Stasis, which means stand. So it means stand. Everybody say stand. Stand. Under. Hypostasis. What we stand under. Everybody say stand under. Stand. Or how we, everybody say understand. Hupo, let me correct that. Hupo is under. Everybody say under. Stasis is stand. Everybody say understand. So watch this. Now faith is. Faith is what I stand under and what I understand. Faith is what I stand under. When? All the time. How do I understand? I always understand by faith. Not by what I see, not by natural evidence, because I'm not working on what you can see. I'm working on the things you cannot see. Everybody say the things you cannot see. So how do I understand? I understand, everybody say, by faith. Well, what does that mean? I understand by faith. I understand based on what I believe God. Everybody say, because I believe God. I understand. Everybody say, because I believe God, I understand. So the only thing I really understand is that I believe God. Everybody say, that's the only thing you really understand. See, if you can't figure out why you're going through what you're going through, but yet we want to talk about it all day long, you can't figure that out. Everybody say, you can't figure that out. We can't figure out why things don't go the way we always want them to go. Turn to your neighbor and say, we can't figure that out. But there's one thing I can understand. Somebody say, I can understand that I believe God. I don't know about you, but in a crisis moment, that has to be enough. Somebody say, that's got to be enough. I may not know how I'm going to get out, but I do understand that I believe God anyway. I know every door appears to be locked right now, but somebody say, I still believe God. I know it's darker than midnight, but I'm still believing God. I wish I had some believers in the house right now. I know that everybody else told me it's not going to work out for me, but I'm still believing God. Are there any witnesses in the building that have survived every door being locked, that have come through your darkest midnight, that have survived other folks saying that you were not going to make it? Somebody said, because I believe God anyway. I don't need your permission to believe God. I don't need your addition to believe God. I believe Him now. When? Now. Now. I'm not getting ready to believe Him. I believe Him now. I don't need to hear another sermon about believing Him. I'm believing Him now. I'm not waiting for it to get better. I wish we had some folks who will believe God now. Now. It's the only moment I can operate in. Is now. That's almost done. This is what I want you to see. Jesus. The substance of things hoped for. Everybody say expectation. Faith. My ability to believe God. It gives me hope. Expectation. It's a dangerous person who in the midst of their crisis still expects to get out. That's a dangerous person. That's a person that's operating in things you can't see. Come on, somebody, amen. While you putting on makeup, while you trying to figure out which one of these 72 dresses you're going to wear. Come on, somebody. Somebody else is able to be in the midst of their crisis moment and still have hope. Expectation. Everybody say expectation. Expectation. Man. So we don't get this twisted. I love our former president, Barack Obama. Great man who led our country. He campaigned on hope, but he didn't give birth to hope. Come on, somebody, amen. He campaigned on hope. You know what he was thinking? There's got to be some other folks out here in the same dilemma. I can't figure this out. I don't know. I want to be president. Come on, somebody. But I can't guarantee you I know how we're going to make this thing work. I wish we had some folks who could have some insight right now. I know I want to be the next president of these United States. But I got to be able to assimilate people together who don't normally come together. Black folks and white folks and brown folks, poor folks and rich folks, uptown, downtown folks. What is the thing that they all have in common? Every one of them has had a crisis moment. Every one of them has run into a brick wall. Do you know that they still have brick walls even when you're making six figures? Come on, somebody. Do you know that you can still have a crisis moment even though all your bills are paid? Come on, am I talking to somebody in the building? He appealed to the fact that everyone wants to believe in something, wants to have expectation for something when they're in their moment of crisis. It was true before he was elected, and it served him for 2 presidential terms. interesting. If you consider, I don't want to get into politics because this ain't a political sermon, but if you consider one of the great present challenges we have in this political moment is people are losing their sense of hope. Oh, come on, somebody. Wait for it. I'm telling you, this ain't got nothing to do if you Republican or Democrat. There's some Republicans. Their guy is in the White House. Are you hearing me? There's some folks who voted for him. Their president is in the White House. But right now, there are little question marks going in their head. I don't know how this gonna work out. I know I pushed the button to put them in, but I don't have. I need somebody to give me some hope. Just tell me that everything is gonna be all right. I don't need all the details or how you gonna fix it. Somebody need to tell me it's gonna be all right. Expectation in the midst of crisis. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Watch what else faith is. Everybody say the evidence. The evidence. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's what we stand under. It's what we understand as we have great expectation. And it's the evidence. Somebody say it's the evidence of what you can't see. Everybody say faith is my evidence. Come on, somebody say my evidence. Well, you only need evidence when you're trying to prove something. I'm trying to prove something. I told you something and you don't believe me, so I need some evidence. So let me help you. This is the answer to what do you do with your faith. There's got to be something more important than claiming houses, cars, and material possessions. Turn to your neighbor and say, what am I going to do with my faith? So I want you to see some evidence right here. Everybody say some evidence. Watch this. 3 quick examples. Watch this. Verse 4. We might not get through all 3 of these, but you'll get the picture. Watch this. Verse 4. By faith. Everybody say by faith. Abel offered a more excellent sacrifice. Everybody say my faith. See, here's what you should do with your faith. Not limit the use of your faith to claiming houses, cars, and land. But use your faith to make a more excellent sacrifice. Watch this, watch this. Somebody, the question has been out for some time. Was God making a distinction between the burnt offering of Abel and that was a ram, if you will, and the fruit offering of Cain? Was God suggesting that the animal was better than the fruit? Was that the distinction? Was that the quality issue? Was God, such an analyst that, is that I don't like the quality, of the fruit offering. I prefer that there would be the offering of the lamb. That's not what was happening in this engagement. Turn to your neighbor and say, it was faith at work. Come on, somebody, you just missed the answer right now. You just missed the answer. You just missed the answer. See, one man was offering something that he was certain this should be enough. Come on, there's folks who go to church and just say, this should be enough. Y'all should just be glad that I'm here. Come on, somebody. Look all them empty chairs. You should be glad that I'm here. Somebody should just be grateful that I even decided to come to church today, because evidently there's a whole bunch of other folks decided to stay home. Y'all should just be, you should be paying me to come to church. You should be giving me kudos for being here. You should be lifting me up because I'm even here this morning. Okay. See, because you're just so certain about what you're offering that it's going to be okay. There's some folks who have been in church for 27 years and they've just been given the same offering. Come on, somebody. I'm not talking about what you put in a tray. I'm not talking about your dollars and your cents. See, there's some folks who believe that all that is required is what you feel is acceptable. But then there's this other guy named Abel. I'm going out. I could pick some corn. I could get some barley. I could take some more time and track down a ram. But my real concern is not the item. What I'm really worried about, I don't know if once I present this, is it going to be enough? Oh, watch me, watch me. Because I know that I'm just a flesh man. I know that I'm just a clay vessel. I'm not sure that once I put my offering on the altar before God, am I good enough for him to accept whatever I present to him? I'm not sure that he will receive it, but all I can do is have faith that God knows that I want to give him anything that he asks for. That I want to surrender not just this one lamb, but I'm willing to surrender my whole life. Are there any believers in the building that know that making it to church on Sunday ain't enough? I need to surrender and submit my everyday life. God, I'm not sure if you're willing to receive it, but by faith, I'm willing to give it. By faith, he offered a better offering. What should you be using your faith for? To offer something better. To recognize that even at your best, you're still, come on somebody, I'm still operating in faith that God's going to receive me. Hopefully that's going to help somebody right now, because you think that it's the material offering that God's looking for. If Cain had required that his offering be valued by his faith, what he believed, then his offering would have been received. Don't make me show you all the book. You remember when he got mad at God, like some folks in here tend to do? Well, whatever. My song was just as good as her song. Why they all shouting on that song? I don't even like that song. Man. I sound better than she sound. But what you don't want to admit is that you thought you didn't require any faith in offering your vocals because you're just so good, because you sound so wonderful, because you know everybody knows that you can sing like a songbird. But then we don't understand how come when that person doesn't have the training, doesn't have the gifting, doesn't have the ability that you do, but they know when they step up to the microphone, God, all I can do is just offer my voice in faith. I know I'm not the melodious one, but I do know how to worship you. Come on, I think I'm talking to somebody in the building. I might not be the most infamous, I might not be the most popular, but God, I do know how to raise my arms. I do know how to give my voice. I do know how to sing my praises, because I ain't worried about anybody else, what they think, because I'm not singing to them, because I'm worshiping the Almighty God who woke me up this morning. I'm offering with my voice everything that's on the inside of me, because I know that this is the day that the Lord has made, and I'm choosing to rejoice and to be glad in it, because I want to give him all my praise. Rejoice in the Lord. And again, I say rejoice. I want to give him all my praise, all my worship. I want to honor him. I want to offer the better sacrifice by faith. That's one example. Keep reading. We'll cover the rest later. But keep reading. Noah built an ark by faith. Preparing his whole house. Everybody say, prepared his whole house. How? By faith. That's more important than what you're going to eat, what you're going to drink, what you're going to wear. You know how much faith it requires to stand and declare? Everybody needs to get your house in order because it's going to rain. What you talking about, Noah? I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to help you. You ain't got to do what I tell you, but I'm just trying to help you. Do you know what kind of faith it takes to stand against the odds? To stand against the norms of your society and declare what God says. That's operating in now faith. I want everybody in this building to consider how you're using your faith for something little. Eat, drink, wear something greater. How I offer a sacrifices unto God. Preparing my house and the houses of others to get in order. That's a greater work, a greater mission. Stand to your feet right now. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Repeat after me, by faith.
By faith.
Everybody say, by faith.
By faith.
I walk.
I walk.
I live.
I live.
By faith.
By faith.
I walk.
I walk.
I live.
I live.
By faith.
By faith.
Listen, God, I'm praying right now that every person that stands here in this place, every believer that's a part of this congregation right now, God, I'm praying for us to understand how to use our faith. Separate us, God, from the limitations that have made us reduce the use of our faith for material substance. And help us to realize the greater effectiveness of our faith for offering our best unto you. Our entire life surrendered to you as a living sacrifice. Trusting you that will be made holy and acceptable in your sight. Knowing, God, that we are valueless, unworthy, but we have faith in what we believe concerning you, that you will receive us, even in the midst of our faults, failures, our shortcomings. God, we're trusting you. Our faith is in you. So God, I'm speaking this over every household right now. Over every household. God, I'm asking right now, I just sense this in my spirit. God, I'm asking right now for a covering over every house, over every family right now. Right now. Because God, I know we're wrestling with those natural material demands that are on every household right now. But God, I'm praying right now that we will understand that every family, every household, the provisions for every house comes with every day that you give us life. So God, I'm praying right now that we'll trust you for the day of life that you give us. God, that will not allow worry and anxiety to overtake us, to overwhelm us concerning the demands that are upon the physical needs of our households. Not only our natural homes, God, but even our physical, personal bodies, God. We're believing you for the health, the dimension, the amount of health that we need every day, trusting you, God, that where we are sick, God, we're believing you for your healing. God, where we are weak, we are believing you for your strength. God, for everything that we have need of in our physical house, our personal house, that they come with the day. Let us understand, God, they come with the day. So that our focus, our faith attention can be on the greater requirements to please you, to honor you, and how we live and how we walk. God, I'm praying this over every household that's here this morning. Every household that's a part of the House Worship Center right now. We pray. And every believer, come on, let's celebrate what God is doing. Hallelujah. Every believer celebrates. Hallelujah. Every family celebrates. Every household celebrates. Hallelujah. Come on, give God some praise. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes.
Trusting in His holy word. He never failed me yet. He never failed me yet. That is why can't turn around. We come this far. He never failed me. He never failed.